Okay, and so we're back, and we're talking a little bit about the headlines that's going on around the world and social media, TV, everything that we can possibly talk about. And we also, our topic today is finding Mr. Right, and so we have Miss Connie Sanders here as a guest today to help us kind of figure that out. And you know, and as far as everybody is concerned, most of the time when I have a guest on, it's always about I surprise people. Mm-hmm. You know, so there's a method always behind my madness when I invite people here, okay? And so where I left off was, okay, so Brandy did her thing at Joe's Crab Shack. They're trying to start this whole little thing, be a part of the music scene down there, you know, Broadway or whatever. And so Brandy decided she wanted Girlfriends to be Girlfriends Hour present, which I, you know, really appreciated, and I'm gonna shout her out and thank you, Brandy, for that, because we wore our T-shirts. Where I had them made, Ricky at I Design Studio. The T-shirts wore the T-shirts, and so we had several people in the audience, and asking about, you know, she did a little shout out, you know, and said, okay, I was the one behind the camera, you know, and so Girlfriends Hour and whoop-de-woo and all this and that. So there was a couple of women there that was just there, you know, because that's what they're trying to do, and entertain the people while they're eating. And so she was like, girl, is that your radio show? I was like, yeah, it's my radio show. And then she was like, that shirt and that concept, Girlfriends Hour. She said, did you come up with that? I said, yeah, I did. But the logo, you know, the owner of the radio station came up with the logo, which was great. And so now we're having a good response about it. And so she was like, girl, where can I get one of those T-shirts? I was like, oh, I didn't, you know me, I'm new at it, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know what to say to her. Like, okay, because this is me. Normally I'm wearing somebody else's, but you know, Girlfriends Hour, that's me. Oh, you want a shirt? Okay. Where do you get the shirt? Well, Kathy Think, shirt. Okay, I just go on the Facebook page, Girlfriends Hour radio show. Be a fan, send me a private message, and I'll get your shirt. She was like, okay, for real? I was like, yeah. On Meals on Wheels, I had a shirt on. The girl in the building, she was like, where did you get that shirt from? I really like that Girlfriends Hour. I said, well, that's my radio show. She said, can I get one? I said, oh, okay. So, you know, I'm like, all right, this might be doing something, you know?
Exactly. How much are they?
Well, here's the thing, and I'm going to say, you know, for future reference, right? It's like, I'm talking to Ricky, and we're going to start, and so I don't want to say how much yet, but it's not going to be a whole lot. Okay. But now people are asking for them, and you know, and so
they're in demand,
right? And so he hooked me up like, look,
I like that.
You know what I mean? You got Girlfriends Hour.
Girlfriends Hour.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
And then you see how he got the
Okay.
Girlfriends Hour on the sleeve. Look at that.
Yeah, that's
nice. Don't talk about right
very
there.
nice.
Yeah, and so. You know, my sister today, she was like, and I think what I'm going to do is just go there, and we're going to have different designs and different kind of T-shirts.
Yeah, as long as Girlfriends Hour shirt.
Yeah, and then we'll have on the back where Girlfriends Hour make every hour a happy hour on the back. I was like, yeah. So,
good idea.
You know, if they can... You know, if they can say,
they in some beautiful colors too.
I mean, he did it in a matter of
red.
Yeah. All I have to do is just tell him.
Yeah. And your signature color.
Right.
That yellow.
I was like, that is just so great. Now, if they can put Bootylicious on the shirt, you know what I mean, and sell it.
And they can put it in
it. Can we, Miss Scott? Can we sell it? Okay. That's what we're going to do. So, stay tuned for that. We're going to... we're going to get hooked up with that. I was just so excited because they was just really asking me. I was like, oh my God, that's me. Yeah, you can have it. We'll get you one. We'll get you one. Okay, so, and also we are in, I don't know, did you see the ad? We are in here.
In the ad?
Uh-huh. We are in here.
Okay.
The Tennessee Tribune. It's a local paper, but
I love it though.
yeah, Harriet, she sent me a picture of it. I was just overly, warmly excited about
Maybe I need to get a subscription.
right.
Because
There it is, right there.
regularly.
It's in the business news, and
Okay.
yeah, we might be doing a little thing right here. And it's
3D.
yeah,
3D.
yeah, it's right there.
Got a lot of
Yeah,
interest
see?
in Nashvillians.
Right, it says it's under WTN Tribune Radio, which you know everybody can tune in to listen to the radio show. And so I also do a live feed because I want people to see who we're talking about. And you can listen online, streaming jazz and everything. And the show menus, you got Pumps and Politics, you got Bench Press, you got A Brand New Me, and then there you go. You
Yeah.
see them.
Friends.
Yes, she
Saturday at 1, you see them right there.
Sure do.
It's called Girlfriends Hour. There she goes. She in the
There she
paper.
is.
You know what I mean? She made the paper.
She made the paper.
Right there. All right. I was very excited about that. So today we might upset some women because, you know, I've always been one of them women that you can tell me something. I'm not one of those women that you can't learn. I can't learn from you for anything. And so to say that is to say we're just going to go ahead and get into it.
All right.
Upset some people, right?
Yeah.
And so, so Camille, what do you think about finding Mr. Right? To find Mr. Right requires what kind of, stamina? What kind of qualities? What do we do? I know what I want to do, but or how to find it. I know what I have been doing, but I'm gonna ask Miss Connie these questions because I know he answers them. God answers all
I
prayers.
I tell you what, I found out that I didn't have the stamina that it took to find Mr. Right, because my father told me a long time ago that I had the order of things confused because I shouldn't be looking for Mr. Right or trying to find Mr. Right.
Right.
I've ran over plenty of heels and tennis shoes trying to find Mr. Right. So today I can happily say I'm sitting down and I'm waiting for Mr. Right to find me.
Right. And like I said, I tend to surprise people when I have guests on the show. And so we're going to chime in and ask, because me finding Mr. Right and you finding Mr. Right, it's two totally different things of what you want and what I want and what we end up with.
Right.
And so I stopped looking a long time ago, because I used to do that looking. And then, or seeing somebody, can I take you out here? And so I lost track of me being where I'm supposed to be, when I'm supposed to be, or how I'm supposed to be there. To me, I feel like it's nothing wrong with asking a man out, but we have to realize as women, when we do that, okay, do we want the rest of the stuff that follows? Because if he doesn't find you and you find him, then we sit up crying, 5-6 years down, he won't do this,
He's doing something.
Right, and oh my God, what do I do? So.
And I don't want to be desperate.
And not just only that,
Desperate.
we got another girlfriend said, just as long as you got a man. See, that's what I don't want to do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, never want to do that, Miss Connie.
No.
So-
Don't do that.
Tell us a little bit about how long have you been married, Miss Connie?
I've been married for 45 years.
And that is the reason why she is on this show. Because if it's been 45 years,
Right.
why can't she tell me what I need to do? right?
She can tell me.
Okay, all right,
I
and that's
can
what
give
we.
you some pointers.
Yeah, and that's why
Yes,
you're
we
here.
are.
That's why you're here. We gonna get these pointers right now. So, you've been married for 45 years.
September 5th, 45.
Oh, be 45 years.
Same man.
We can't even say that.
No.
How long you been with your boyfriend? Oh, it's been 2 years and we's happy. We's happy. He
With
my
6
soul.
months.
He my
My soulmate.
soulmate.
No, he's my husband.
Oh, not my husband.
Mhm.
You're right. And I just, how long you been? I just met him last week. Oh, really, girl? Yeah. So come on, tell us, Miss Curry, where you meet Mr. Sanders? And Mr. Sanders, shout out to you. And you know I'm gonna talk crazy to you when I see you because you
The
always trying to give
king,
somebody a
yes.
hard time. He crazy. He is crazy. Okay, so where'd y'all meet? How y'all meet?
We met in high school,
Okay.
and I saw him from a distance, and he didn't see me.
Right.
Because when you're 15 and 16,
Right,
you
right.
know, you're not actually looking
Right.
other than what comes by.
Right.
Right.
But he was playing basketball in the gym,
Mm.
and I spied him, you know, and said, "What's the good looking man?"
Right.
Boy, because
Yeah.
he was a boy at the time, he
Yeah.
was only 17.
Yeah.
So I saw him, and I got his phone number, and that's all it took.
He goofy too, y'all. Y'all don't know
He's
him, but
goofy
yeah,
too.
he is. He real.
Miss Connie, all it took was a look and a number.
That's it.
Y'all been together ever since.
Every since.
And I'm gonna say that was 45
Years
years
ago.
Ago.
Okay.
Right.
Which
You were in
was a
high
while.
school, right? And so, okay, so what year were you in high school?
I came out in 67. Graduated in 67.
Okay, was he a year ahead
He
of
was
you?
3 years ahead of me.
Okay, so you were
So I
a
was
freshman,
just a freshman.
and he was a senior.
Yes.
All right.
Good
Okay.
combination.
Right. Let's get that cracking right now.
Right.
Because back then, and then they don't mature, and he was just her age anyway.
Exactly.
Even though
But he was a star football player.
Right.
So, star football players got a lot of women
Of course.
looking at it.
Of course. And so after high school, he played football in high school.
He played football in high school.
He went to college.
Went to college for a year.
Okay, and played
And-
football.
No. Well, he started here at TSU
Okay,
for
cool.
a year.
Cool.
And
okay.
then he got drafted
to the army.
to the Marines. He went to the Marines.
Okay, all right. Okay,
So
so,
I waited after he came out.
how many years?
We got, he was there for 3 years.
Okay, and in the meantime, while you're waiting,
Right.
you all are corresponding.
Exactly.
A lot of letters,
A lot of letters.
a lot of phone calls when he can.
Right. When he came in town.
Did he go to any wars or
He was in Vietnam.
he was in Vietnam?
Mhm.
Okay, and so that affected him in a way. Did it change him? Was he different?
He was different when he came back home
Mm-hmm.
because he had seen a lot.
Right,
And anybody who's been in the war,
right,
you're going to see a lot.
right,
A lot of your friends die, a lot
Right.
of your friends maimed,
right.
you know. But he, when he came back, he said, "Well, let's get married," and we did. And that's when it started, And I've been with him
Right.
ever since.
It wasn't no
Let's get
one knee.
married.
No, you ain't here. You ain't here,
Yes,
Camille.
I did.
You did not hear her.
He
You
said,
no.
let's get married.
You sit
When
right
he
next
came
to
back.
her.
Right.
They did not hear what she said. You ain't here. They
Ladies.
sitting right next to her. He didn't have to go and get 5 dozen roses.
No.
He didn't have to go and get the ring and ask somebody and elaborate this and it better be romantic and all
Right.
this and that.
Right.
He just literally said, "What, Miss Connie?
Let's get married.
See what I'm saying?"
Let's get married.
That's it.
today
Mhm.
at Akron.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it. And that's the beginning of the story. And I have to say, everything wasn't a bed of roses
Of course not.
in the beginning,
Of course not.
because you're learning
Right.
and
Right.
you're growing
Right.
with each other.
All right.
And you just have to give and take.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't want to do that.
At all.
No.
And so we're gonna you're gonna tell us a little bit about the give and take and what we need to actually.
Exactly.
Yeah, we need to. We're gonna put it back towards the give and the take, and we're gonna put it back towards the scriptures.
Exactly.
We're just gonna talk about it as
All
girlfriends.
right.
So today. We got a big, huge topic. We're doing quite a few things today. We're still, which my guest co-hosts don't know, but we're still auditioning for a slot for co-host, and so I decided to have my sister back, Camille Horton, to guest co-host today. Camille?
Yes, how are you?
We're doing good, but you know,
I was trying to let them know
that-
whether. Yeah.
all right, do you now?
Trying to
But-
let us know.
All right,
know
do
where
you?
to come
Because
in.
you're being interviewed today.
Oh, am I?
Yes, you're the second one, and so you're being interviewed today. So, you know, let's act like we
Yeah, that is.
yeah, yeah. So we're doing interviews to try to get a guest co-host who we want them to shine, but we don't want to take away from, you know, the diva herself, KD, right?
Would that be more?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna be doing that today. We're glad to have you here today, filling in.
I'm glad to be here.
All right, and so we're going to be talking about a topic today. Normally, I don't like to tell the topic, and I don't like to tell who my guests are and why they're here. But we're going to be talking about finding Mr. Right, Camille. Okay.
Finding Mr.
Do we have a lot of us got a lot of problems with that, right?
Well, some of us do.
Okay.
It's like I said earlier, it's like trying to find Mr. Goodbar. You can find it in every store, any corner, but finding Mr. Right,
Right.
gotta do some things.
Right, and see, and that's the whole point. What we're going to be doing today is because we want to make people understand, especially women. You know, we want to have us as women understand what all it takes to find Mr. Right. You know, so often we veer from what it really truly is, and so that is what our special guest is today. Is someone that I think very highly of, and she's the reason why I do Meals on Wheels, and she's just I take care of her all year round, you know what I'm saying, or whenever I do see her. She is very, very influential, and she's very, very bright about the subject. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to say good morning, good afternoon to Miss Connie Sanders.
Good morning.
Hey,
Good
Good afternoon. I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right,
Miss
Miss Connie.
Sanders.
That's all
Good
right.
afternoon to you too.
All right. So we're gonna educate these women. This is the point of Girlfriends Hour, you know.
Alright.
So often we think we know when we get a certain age, and I can't tell me nothing about, you know what I mean? So often. Yeah, so
Our famous line.
all right, you can't tell me nothing. I already know, you know. So we're gonna see. We might be able to, you know, school some people. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so what we're going to do right now, and I know you don't have this, but we want to start off by saying rest in peace. B.B. King passed Thursday. Was it Thursday?
Thursday.
Oh,
Good night,
yeah.
Thursday.
And he was 89 years old, and we just love B.B. King.
Love the blue.
Oh, my God. Everywhere we go, we try to find a B.B. Kings to go off into, right? Yeah, well, he's probably at peace. I'm sure he is. And he'll be sadly missed today. And so prayers go out to the family and the fans that loved him as well as we did. And so I got another headline about, and this is just, and I know Miss Connie gonna be thrown off because she probably ain't gonna know what we're talking about, right? But it's cool. You know, producers always throw me in a little something for extra that I try to do. So what I'm going to be doing is talking about right now. Did you hear about Miley Cyrus?
No.
Okay. Have you ever heard that song, right? My neck, my back, right? Okay.
Heard it.
Yeah, Miss Connie. Okay, so
Yes.
Miley Cyrus is doing the remake of that song, and so the girl that did the My Neck, her name was Kaya, I think it was Khia. Is that Kaya? Kia.
I'm not sure.
No, you're not sure.
I'm not sure
not up
you're
on
the,
that.
you're the music maestro.
Right, I know. I think
Maestro.
I think that's what it
Thank you for
is.
the
Yeah.
compliments, love.
I
needed
think
it.
that's what it is. My neck, my back. Well, anyway, you know how these rappers nowadays have a problem with you. She don't have a problem with it. She like Miley Cyrus is the only one who probably could do it. But look who they talking about. You know, she not getting butt naked anyway. So yeah, she like staying butt naked. You know, my neck. I remember that song when it came out, and everybody.
playing all the
Oh my
parts.
God!
All the
Everybody
parts.
was doing it. Everybody was doing it, lighting it up. My neck. What? What did you say? I just don't understand. Okay, so they got on here. Okay, so you know, Ken, on Miss Connie, have you ever seen Atlanta's Housewives?
Yes.
Okay, do you know the fantabulous one that used to be the what was she? I can't remember.
Kendra?
Yeah, the one that was she
She was
Miss America?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, well, she's being sued.
by who?
One of her boyfriends.
Really?
Okay, because of what?
I guess they gave her an engagement ring and he wants it back.
Indian giver.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I
Yeah.
mean, you know,
Indian girl.
That's
okay.
not Mr. Right.
Well,
no.
I mean, she knew he wasn't, and he knew he wasn't either. But the thing is, us is, you know what I'm talking
Yes.
about. We can't afford to let you have that ring. Come on now.
I know.
And the other people, they keep it. You know what I mean? The other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we can't afford that.
How long was the relationship?
It's with her. It probably was 6 months
Sure.
to a year. Yeah. It
We
was
still don't give them back.
Not really.
No.
How many of us have you ever heard of getting an engagement ring and was able to keep it over 20,000, 20 to 50,000? Really? Unless he a doctor, a lawyer, Indian chief
Right.
with his
Well,
own
Indian
money.
gift,
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only. I mean, but if he worked at McDonald's, he need his ring back. Yes, give it back to him.
If he's working at somewhere like that.
See, Miss, you know what I'm talking about. Give it
Yes.
back to him.
Give
If
it
you're
back
working
to
at McDonald's or Walmart, he just imagine give that man back his ring.
Give it back to them.
Cause he ain't paid, you know, he paid the 10,000 is killing it. That's about how much he make a year working at McDonald's.
He should have
Right?
thought about that when he gave it.
Well, I mean, you know, he probably did spend it. He
Gave that good intention.
But he's looking at what she's making.
right,
Right.
So
right,
he's figuring I will
yeah,
get whatever I can
right.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
in the suit.
right,
Mhm.
that's it.
Yeah, that's what he's
Well,
doing.
well, she needs to go and get a ring back. It's a princess cut, some pink, you know, that stereotype we always use: princess cut, platinum, something pink, diamond. You know what I'm saying? I know it is. You know,
Yeah.
sitting there just and she laying up at night crying, looking at it on her hand. You know what I mean? Cause she
Paid for her clothes.
She can pay for her own.
yeah, she can. Well, so what's your problem? Get that man his ring back. You trying to give it to his other girl.
That's probably what he's going to do.
Right. They engaged. Well, okay. And then I think she her fake boyfriend's wife. Oh yeah, the fake boyfriend. That's okay, I remember that. The fake boyfriend's wife spilled it all.
She told her.
Yeah, she told it all. But you know what? I tell people all the time, I have a habit of when you've been a paralegal and worked in an attorney's office for a long period of time, like I have, it's hard to believe what people say on TV
Right.
because I am so into dealing with facts.
Right.
And so when I find and research the facts,
Yeah.
I stop watching it.
Yes.
I'm really going, you know
You
what
know
I
it's
mean?
not real.
Right, and that's why I have everybody call me Kathy. Now, are you looking at such and such? Girl, research that and let me know if that's. I do it every time. It's kind of. I'm telling you. And ever since I researched
came right on back in the scene.
Yeah, she
said,
texted me. She was like,
Let's
"Get
get
your
it.
internet." I couldn't see you. She couldn't see me.
Miss Connie,
I
you
knew
knew
that's just
it.
it. She
You
said,
know what was going to happen.
Yes,
You knew.
yeah. But in the
She said
writing
I can't see
of
it, but she
his
said
letters,
something.
My back, yeah.
we talked about it. You know, we talked about it and what we're going to do when he gets out and what I'm going to do, you know, as far as working and wanting a family and all that. And it just came about.
See,
And see, you know what? We're still
they have something we don't.
right, and that's the reason why I got on there. There's another couple, Miss Miller, but you know she kind of shy, and you know she really couldn't let me know what if she wanted to be on or not. And so we're gonna continue to talk because we're still filming and they're just on break, but you got people watching, and so we're gonna continue on. And so what we're gonna say is and I might get you to repeat it again, Miss Connie, but when we say looking for Mr. Right, now, how did you know Mr. Sanders was Mr. Right? I mean, at that given time.
At that age, I didn't know.
Right.
No, I didn't know that. I just wanted a boyfriend.
Right.
This is like every teenage girl.
Right.
And I can say it's divine through God because I had no idea this was going to be my husband when I first looked at him and first met him. But we just kept the, kept it going, kept the relationship going. You know, like I told her in the letters, we would talk about getting married.
Right.
You know, we would talk about that.
Right.
What we're going to do and when he get out and all that. We used to talk about it. So that's how the relationship grew with us communicating that way.
Right. Yeah. See,
30 seconds, ladies. Let's do the third segment, which is Mr. and Mrs. Wright.
Yeah, that's what
Alright.
we're doing.
That'll work.
Thank you. Yeah, so, but we probably, like I said, we're probably gonna have to repeat this again because we're filming as well as, they're
Okay.
listening. And so,
15.
okay.
10. 5. 4. 3. 2.
Okay, and so we're back. You're joining us with Girlfriend's Hour, where we make every hour a happy hour. And I'm gonna tell you right now, so far we've had like 3 or 4, maybe 5 shows. This might be the 5th show, and this is the first time, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say that I felt like that what the vibe I've been trying to get. The other shows were good as well, but this is the first show that I felt like, nobody's watching us. We just chilling at the house. That's what, girlfriends do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just sit up and talk. And so, I mean, I'm so grateful that, I have y'all here today because this is the first show that I actually literally, I had to think about it. Oh my God, wait a minute, we filming, but this is Girlfriends Hour, right?
Exactly.
See, that's what I want. I want to be able to have that relaxed atmosphere and be able to, chat and, somebody else's experience is if we can help somebody else out, So, okay, and so I say that is so I'm gonna get you to repeat what I asked you while we were on a break. How did you know he was Mr. Right?
Well, like I said, I didn't actually know when I first met him
Mhm.
that it was Mr. Right.
Right.
But it's just the relationship that we had even while he was in the service.
Right.
And we kept writing each other and corresponding that way. And I laugh at it now because I think about what we have now as far as emails and texts.
Right.
We didn't have any of that.
Right.
I had to write him a letter and he had to write me back.
Right.
And a lot of times that letter would be late.
Right.
I get it a month,
Right.
2 months, whatever, later.
Yeah.
And then I started a whole new letter saying something different because of, the conversation that we would have with one another. But
Right.
it was just, like I said, I think God had a purpose. And he does, for everybody's life. And he has that Mr. Right. I can't tell you how to find him or
Right.
where to find him.
Right.
You don't look in the places that you think you need to be looking at.
Exactly.
Now I do know that.
And so, and you know, when I say that, the reason why I'm saying that is because should we stop saying Mr. Right? Trying to find Mr. Right?
I think we do.
Yeah, or trying to find the soulmate. You believe in soulmates, right?
Oh yeah.
And so, okay, so let's go there. Mr. Sanders is your soulmate.
Exactly.
God made it exist at the time. You wouldn't have known that
No.
when you dreamed at night.
No.
You know,
No.
everybody, we always have the statistics of what we do. And you wanted a boyfriend.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's bring it 20 centuries to the present. Do you believe, and the reason why I'm asking you this is because a lot of women do have this problem. I hear a lot of girlfriends talk about this same thing, right?
Right.
Do you believe in praying for exactly what you want in a husband?
I do. Exactly.
Mhm.
I do.
I mean, from, you know, on Girlfriends Hour, we keep it real.
Right.
You know, from the shoe size, the height, the intimacy with your husband, the mate, how he looks, how he walks, what he makes. I mean, just specifics, right?
Be specific.
Right.
Yes. Be specific.
Because he will
Yes.
answer that.
Yes, he'll answer.
Yeah, and
You know, the Bible says he'll give you the desires of your heart.
That's right.
So if your heart desires that type of man that you're asking for, he will give you that.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope I'm ready when he comes.
And that's another thing. You know, when you say that, it's how do we know when we're ready? Because he knew that you were
Ready?
right?
Yes. Exactly.
And the thing is, do you believe like you saw him, he saw you,
Mhm.
but do you think if he hadn't saw you and you saw him, would you have still tackled him right behind him? And
Well, let me tell you the funny part about it.
okay,
When I met him, I didn't really meet him. I saw somebody else that knew him. And she said, I talk to his brother all the time. So let the brother call you. And the brother called me. So the brother thought, hey, this is going to be my woman. But he got out of the picture.
Oh, Miss Connie. Yeah,
and
both of them like that.
I started talking to both of them.
Oh, Miss Connie.
But, you know,
right,
I spied the older brother.
right,
And that's the one I got.
right.
The older brother.
That's the one you wanted,
That's the one I want.
right? But
But in order to get to him,
I had to go through the
I had to go through
See
the
what
rock.
I'm saying? Now that's it.
Now
Right.
Mm.
Well, see, in today's time, that'd be like, ooh, girl, you know, you ain't, you know, but you shouldn't have done that.
right.
You know, but still, that is awesome right there.
You know what? We might need to get back to that.
Well, see, I would tell you, when you, Miss Connie, so when you say that, I would tell you, when I was in high school, my senior year, me and my friend Angela, I wasn't always, and everybody knows this, and so I wasn't always a girly girl. You know, I still ain't to some extent, right? And so I was always a tomboy, and so she wanted me to be a girly girl, and we was going downtown, and we gonna just hang out, and we gonna meet some guys, and she met this guy. His name was Ernest, and she was hooking me up with his friend, right?
Right.
Okay, so when she got me dressed up like a girl, I'm so uncomfortable. And then, you know, we go down there, and then his friend name was Ernest as well, right?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay? Now, so Angel, her Ernest, he didn't really like her because she was so, if you ain't got no money, you can't pay for this, you can't take me here, and you know, she was all this and get my nails and my hair and all this and that. He didn't really like her. And then the Ernest that I was with, his friend, he liked me, but I didn't really like him, right? Because I don't know what it was, but and then him and Angel didn't like each other at all. And so I'm looking at her Ernest.
Okay.
And let me tell you how I got him.
Okay. How did you get that?
She told me that I was not supposed to be, told me I wasn't supposed to be ordering food. I was supposed to order a salad and eat, like, you know, we're in the
Don't
best,
starve yourself.
right,
Mhm.
we're at Uno's and the best pizza in Chicago, right? And so she was like, no, you just take the rest of the women don't eat in front of. What women, girl? If he said, Kathy, what you gonna have? I said, how many pizzas are y'all ordering? He said, well, we're gonna order if you gonna eat pizza instead of a salad, we're gonna order. Man, get the biggest deep dish, cause I'm hungry. And so that's how I ate. So he kept asking her, well, what you gonna do? You just gonna eat that? She's like, oh, yeah, I'm full. Why'd she take my pizza when we got home?
Wow.
Just
shouldn't have got a bite.
You know what I mean?
Should let her closed mouth stay in
See,
bed.
Right.
And see, but and bringing it, like I said, 20 years in the future. And here's what I always had a problem with. And I just want you to help me out with this. By me being a tomboy, I've always attracted men. Men has already, because they feel as though that they don't have to go far to, you know what I mean? She gonna be cool.
Right.
I ain't gotta worry about her doing this and that and this and that. But then either he didn't got on my nerve or he didn't found somebody else. They might want me, but they don't stay with me.
Right.
They want the prissy or whatever because she do probably a little bit more than what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I don't want to be that way.
You don't have to.
And I'm not. I'm not.
Because God has the perfect man just for her.
Exactly.
Right.
He does.
He really does.
He does.
I don't
He
know.
has.
I mean,
All American.
right. And like I said, I told him, if I have to be 90 years old, Jesus, that's fine. You know what I mean?
You don't want to wait that long.
I know that, Miss Connie. I just said that. I just don't want to wait that long. I just thought he might understand that I'm lying.
The God might understand.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to.
He know we are.
Yeah.
I know. I'm trying to keep it like, okay, Jesus,
He know
I'm
what we
okay.
want.
But if he bring me at 90, I'm like, please, can you read between the lines, Lord? I can't wait that long,
Read
Jesus.
between the lines.
Right. Okay, so what are some of the stuff, Miss Connie, that you think as women that we need to stop doing? I mean, we do so much. I mean,
Well, we do. Yeah, we do.
we do. Some
We can
of us,
over.
yeah, some of us go too far.
We go too far.
Right.
We can. This happened to me 40-something years ago, and time changed.
Mm-hmm.
And I know boyfriend, girlfriend, and they don't even call it that anymore. I don't know.
They
Booze, Miss Connie.
Oh, right.
My-
Well, okay.
Oh,
That,
is
my
it?
boo.
Is it the boot? Oh, boot
I
thing.
think- Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
that's right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So things change, and all I can tell you is what happened to me back then. I don't know what it's going to take now, because men are different, women are different.
But men are different and women
Yeah.
are different. But I'm gonna tell you, I think if we go back to, that's why
we need.
That's
to
why
go
I wanted you here.
Right.
Go
We
back
do.
to what
That's-
worked in
Yeah.
the beginning.
I mean,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. Let me read this to you, if it's okay with you.
yeah.
I have this book, and I go through it, and it tells me a lot of things. And after I read these 18 things that I really, really like, and it says to look for in a marriage partner.
Okay.
Number 1, positive attitude.
Take note, y'all.
Take notes.
We got it.
Number 2,
Mhm.
spiritual values.
Oh, now, okay. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish. We'll
Number 3, sense of humor.
right,
4, faithfulness.
right.
5, honesty.
Woo!
Plus.
6, respect.
Yes, most definitely.
7, good communication skills.
Oh
Yes.
God.
8, hard working.
Right.
Not hardly working.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Hard working.
Get a job.
Okay.
All right.
9, compassionate.
Oh yeah.
10, playful.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
11, generous.
Oh.
All right. 12, forgiving.
Oh yeah.
13, flexible.
Yeah.
14, confident.
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
15, sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
16, understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Number 17, common sense. Number 18, the last one, money wise. Now those are the things that I think it worked for me. Some of these same things, but some of these same things I can see for me
Right.
and my husband.
Right.
I mean, you know, sense of humor. He has a sense of humor.
Right.
We laugh all the time.
Right. He crazy
He-
too.
Well, yeah, that part
He said,
goes along.
I said, y'all been married so long. I said, just tell me. I said, Mr. Just tell me how you get her. He said, you know, the usual. I just hit on her head and drug her along. And I said, you ain't supposed to drag her, did you? He's like, yeah, that's what I did.
Caveman style.
Hey man, stop. We went way back.
Right.
Yeah. he
But
went
you
way
know what? You are so, and I tell you one thing, Camille, she's giving me confirmation on what I did pray for. And that whole list is what I prayed for. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I have had a lot of, and I think Miss Connie, you know that, and Camille hates when I talk about it, but you know, ever since I had got sick and all the stuff, the changing and the weight gain and all of that, I just didn't feel like people was attracted to me anymore, and I was having problems with myself, within myself.
Right.
But then now I'm sitting here listening to what, and I notice everywhere I go, no one is literally looking at me. And so I say this is because there are women out there that's going through that same thing
Of course.
and don't understand no one is looking at me. So you start resorting back into yourself saying something is wrong with me.
Yeah.
I didn't gain this weight.
Yeah.
Don't nobody like me.
Exactly.
Oh Lord, you know
Yeah.
what's going on. When you don't flip it to the other side and say,
But see,
he just weeding out.
he really is. And
Yeah.
I believe
He
they
weeding
can
out.
sense our energy.
Oh
Yeah.
too. Oh
Right.
yeah.
Because we
Exactly.
can send off the energy
That's
that
right.
makes them stay away
That's
Right.
true.
and not look.
Right.
That's true.
But I've changed some of my attitude this year. I said I was gonna start being back like I was, which I have been since I've been doing this show, and it's helping me to get that way. But when you look around and you're on the outside and you're going, okay, so you see somebody over there that you're attracted to, or you see somebody over here that you're attracted to, but they're not saying anything to you, and you're going, okay, all right, Jesus, okay, well, I mean, I know what I asked for.
That never stopped you before.
Right, and it ain't gonna stop me now.
Right.
But to say that is to say, why can't we look at it as if he's just literally clearing the path
Right.
For the right.
for the list that you asked for?
That's right.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly.
Because
If we just wanna keep saying Mr. Right. That's
exactly
right.
like that.
You
Miss
have to.
Connie, I love that list.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And
It
so,
is.
we're gonna take a little break and we're gonna analyze that list. You know what I mean? We're gonna get back into a little bit of that list and you know what's really. I mean, I love that list. I mean, because that is
That's the
exactly
list.
what I prayed for.
What's the list?
You know what I mean?
And-
Okay, but we're gonna come back and we'll talk about that list.
That's the list, Miss Connie.
That's
Oh wait, hold on! Don't go off on me. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna go off on you.
You don't
but
have a man, but you're crying. You have one, and you're crying.
This is exactly what I told her. That's exactly what I
Who's
told her.
doing that?
Well, you know, that's what I'm saying. But there are women who actually, you know, okay, yeah, because you don't sit up whining and crying and relate to.
5,
I don't do that no more.
Me neither.
No.
3,
I'm not gonna do it.
No.
2.
All right, and so we're back, and we just for people that are listening, we got Miss Connie Sanders here, and she has been awesome with the finding Mr. Right thing, and I think I'm gonna have to change some of the path I've been going down. I think I did. Okay, all right, Camille. I mean,
I need
this
to
is.
add some more things to my list.
Okay, this is awesome, and so we, while we was taking a break, we wasn't taking a break with the filming part. We were still talking about it, and so I'm gonna get Miss Connie to mention what she said there a minute ago about the list and us waiting and some of the things we need to change.
Mm-hmm.
As women of what the list that we have and what we want.
Right.
And even if you want a man with money, She put it in that
She
list.
sure did.
Yeah.
It was in there.
She said it plain as day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hardworking,
Yeah.
It's in there.
Yeah.
money wise.
It's in there.
Right.
It's in there.
Right. And see, that's another, you know, and,
I think sometimes it's the way we word it to them,
right,
That's true.
the way we talk to them.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
know
exactly.
for me, it's the way I
right.
talk
Come-
to the
yeah,
gentleman
come-
when I say things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
We can
Right.
throw them off.
They
Right.
can.
Mhm.
They can.
Mhm.
Miss
But like
Scott,
I
can
said-
you tell us a little bit about our etiquette when speaking to them about those things that we want?
Well, like I said, you don't need to lower your standards.
That's,
Okay.
that's what, yeah.
Keep that standard up
Right,
the way you
Right.
used to. Don't lower it because I'm trying to get this man.
right,
You don't have to do that.
Right.
You don't have to go that
right.
way. Now that that route.
Yeah.
You don't have to go that route.
And see, you know, the Steve Harvey book said that in there. And it's not a lot of the stuff in his book I agreed with, but that's the one part I agree. Require him to do something different.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have to require them. And I say that, and I think that's, you know, and now I'm feeling even better about myself. And hopefully someone else out there listening and
Exactly.
looking will feel better about themselves of why he hadn't came around. Because I'll tell you right now, if I got to sit up and cry to you and the girlfriends at the bar and we
Every
gonna
5
have
minutes.
every 5 minutes talking about he ain't doing, we're not, Lord, Jesus,
No.
I'll be by myself.
No more tears.
Oh my goodness, that's the reason why. You know what I mean? Because I said, when I was given a second chance in life, this is exactly what I told God. I said, God, you know what I want. You know the desires of my heart. But here's what I don't want to do. And I want you to steer my path in the right direction.
Exactly.
Since you gave me a second chance in life, what I want to do is, if he's not of you,
Right.
then I don't need it.
There you go.
And I put them exactly that way, because you know how hardworking I am. You made me this way. You know what I'm saying? You know how outside of other things and the gifts and the things that you gave me that I am. You know that. So let me not sit and be woe is me. You know what I mean? Please take that away from me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because whatever you give me is going to be for me, and he going to be off the chain.
Right.
You know, because I want him to be my best friend. But the thing is, I don't want to sit up and cry no more. I ain't got it. I just can't. The well is dried out. Crying over
Mary,
somebody.
Mary.
No.
Yeah.
Mary.
No more. I just can't do it, Lord. And especially, I'm so glad she said something about that working and.
Of course.
Woo,
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus, keep a job.
Keep a job.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what my husband did.
Mm-hmm.
When we first got married, it was hard for him to find a job at the beginning because he just come out of the service. And after he got out of the service, he went and looked and finally found something. And he had a family, so he had to find something, and he started working, but he was able to get a better job.
And they kept their jobs back then.
He worked
They
30,
didn't keep
he worked 34
flip-flopping.
years.
Even if you didn't like that job.
They went on because their
Exactly.
main goal and priority
Is to
was
take care of my-
family.
that's it, take care of my family.
wife
Right.
and children. Right.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't flip flop.
Right.
They stayed consistent and they were disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That is so true.
Today,
It's
discipline.
Right.
It's not there.
It's not. I mean, you got so many people, and I deal with people taxes, right? And when you see somebody, a man that coming in, he got 15 W-2s, whoa, what is you doing?
Right. What are you
Hell, I'm
doing?
tired of even trying to put in 15 W-2s. What the?
Sit
Oh, what
down.
is your girl doing?
Right. What is she doing?
15 W-2s.
And
Talking
when
about I
you get
love
her,
my
she's
man.
been working there for 20 years.
I love him.
Mm-hmm.
I love him. I love him.
Yeah. I go keep loving.
Right.
15 W-2.
15. Talking
Now,
about,
who's fooling with all that?
That's true.
hell, I don't want to. You know what I mean? Just to enter it in. And then you talk about here. I know it's a lot. What the hell you
And Miss
mean?
Scotty, I've helped her before, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, now, how does this go? And she'll just look at me, and I
Oh, my
think, okay,
God.
let me just put it right here, Lord.
Right.
Right.
Oh.
I know it's a lot, Miss Kathy, but what? $2 here, two.
That's right.
Hell, he wasn't doing. That's what, I asked one of my clients that one time, I said, well, He was asking me the same thing. It's the one you like, the one Marlon. He get on my nerves, you know, the little bitty one. Oh my God, he aggravates the hell out of me. I think he making his business trying to aggravate me, right? And so we was talking. I said, he was like, well, I'm gonna have to find you a husband. I said, no, you don't find me nothing. I don't want nothing from you.
I don't know about him.
But
you might want to trust him.
No, but hold on. That's what I'm gonna tell you, right, Miss Connie? So I told him. He asked me what I was looking for, right? So I explained it to him that I did decide to go on Match.com. And it's a couple of nice guys. But when they asked me what I'm looking for in a man, so I asked him. I said, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
And I'm telling you the God honest truth. I said, I'm going to ask you a question. And then I want you to answer it after you. So you asked me what I'm looking for in a man. He said, what you looking for in a man? I said, I'm looking for someone to take care of me. So he said, okay. And guess what he said next?
Then what did he say?
Take care of you how?
Okay.
Well, then he don't know.
And he's not the one.
And that's right.
Right. But the thing is, I told somebody else that. They automatically assumed a guy who was trying to hit on me. That's what I wanted. He automatically assumed. I mean, it went right there, financial.
Right.
Why do they always?
Right.
It means that.
Yeah.
Miss Connie, have we been like that as women? Have we been so
Well,
shallow?
let's think about that for a minute. Then.
Okay.
Yeah, we have been.
Right.
Okay.
You know, what does it say? Gold diggers.
That's what it is.
All right.
Exactly.
All right.
And see, the reason why I say he hit it, I mean, he has a fiance and his kids, and I just lit up. And he was like, what is wrong with you? I was like, oh my God. Because this is when I know you are for me. Don't assume anything about me.
Exactly.
But if you assume and thinking that's what I want, and then, you know, which happens, I never hear from them the next day, that's fine. But that's the first question he did. All the rest of them has never asked me. Ask me why I want somebody to take care of me. Because when I was sick, it could have a whole lot to do with that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because we don't have, when you get sick, that's you know, and my client, you remember my client that had that heart attack? See, that's where the trials and tribulation is.
Exactly.
If you can find somebody to stay with you,
Right.
Stick and stay.
that is the reason why I loved what he asked me. He said, what do you mean take care of you? That's all I needed you to ask me so I can tell you. Financially, I can do my own.
Right.
I'm getting a little emotional here.
Oh, it's an emotional
because it
thing.
reminds me of struggle.
Right. It's an emotional thing.
It is.
That man, Miss Connie, that man was afraid to tell me that he had cancer.
Right.
Bladder cancer.
All right.
Because he was afraid I'd leave.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't stay out of obligation. I stayed because I loved him.
Exactly.
I really loved him.
Exactly.
And this kind of found him else. I believe God sent him to me.
Yeah.
But I do not believe that God took him not to give me something better.
Right.
I just
No.
Oh no, he would
But
never
I'm
do
not
that.
gonna settle.
That's
Right.
No, don't settle.
Yeah.
No, don't settle.
He would never.
No.
And that's my point. When I looked around that room, Miss Connie, and although I was somewhere else visiting, and I was in that room by myself with no husband, no kids, no nothing, by myself. Then I was like, Lord, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do something now. Now I'm refocused, and now I'm trying to live how, you know, do the things he want me to do, like this radio show,
Exactly.
and do me and whatever. And so and I'm not gonna change it.
No.
When somebody asks me what kind of man are you looking for, tell me, you know, and you trying to holler at me, I'm gonna tell you. It's just gonna be simple, right there.
Right.
I'm looking for somebody to take care of me.
If you figure out, and if you have to figure out the take care of me part,
Right.
then you're probably not the one.
Right.
Exactly.
Instead of asking me
Right.
so I can go into detail,
Yeah.
then you're right. If you just say, well, okay, you want somebody to take care of you and I don't hear from you the next day, that's fine. I have no problem with that.
Because at the end of the day, I do want to rock on the porch
Oh my God.
with
Yeah.
somebody.
Right.
Yeah,
You do.
And see, the one thing, Miss Connie, is and I see that in you and Jesse. The one thing that I want and value more than anything in this world, and the Lord knows that, is friendship.
Exactly.
Friendship is very important to me.
Yeah. Well, since you mentioned that,
Mhm.
let me tell you what this next group
Go ahead.
says.
We listen.
What keeps a marriage strong?
Okay.
My spouse is my best friend.
Right.
What you just said.
That's what I want.
We enjoy our time together.
Mm-hmm.
I like my spouse as a person.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage is a lifelong commitment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, people get in it now, and they say, I don't care if it don't last 2 years.
Yeah, and that's
I'm out.
right.
No,
Right.
I want
right,
out of it.
Right.
I want out of it.
Right.
But it's a lifetime
It is.
commitment.
It's a lifetime.
It's a lifetime commitment. My spouse is interested in me as a person.
Mm-hmm.
You have to remember marriage is sacred.
Mhm.
A lot of times we don't think that.
Right.
You know,
Right.
here today, gone today.
Right.
We have common dreams and goals. Now, you just mentioned that in a way. What you want? What do you know?
That's right.
I have dreams and goals.
That's right.
As a person.
Right.
And also, a strong marriage, children need a stable home.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
That's something.
That's one reason why.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I'm not criticizing anybody else, but I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was growing up, that was the only reason why I didn't have any kids. Is because all my girlfriends was having them out of wedlock, and I ain't want mine to be out of wedlock. You wasn't here. Kathy wasn't about to sit up with me talking about my baby daddy. No.
That's right.
No.
That's right. Okay, and then my spouse is positive and builds me up. And I think that's a good one.
Okay, now see, I see a tear about to come.
You know it is.
Yes, because that's the biggest thing.
Woo!
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why she.
And we do likewise.
Yeah.
That's it.
See, when you don't have
Exactly.
that's when you're not encouraging,
Exactly.
and I'm not encouraging. I can't do all the encouraging. I
You
encourage
have to
You have to.
encourage me.
Yes, right.
So that means you got to pay attention, right?
Exactly.
That communication. It has to be. That is.
No,
We got one coming. Go ahead, Miss Conn. We
Okay.
listening.
I want the relationship to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
We respect and appreciate each other.
Mm-hmm.
My spouse encourages my personal growth.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has personal growths. You know, it's not all about me,
And it shouldn't be.
and it shouldn't be
Right.
all about me.
Right.
But what we do together,
Why am I tearful?
we laugh together.
Yeah.
I trust my spouse.
Right.
We have a positive sexual life, and that means a lot too.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a big one. too.
We have
I
built
Mhm.
a secure and comfortable life together.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think I did that sexual thing at the top of the list. I don't know, Miss Conn. I'm
It's
kidding.
there.
Yeah. I mean,
She
you know
said
that. You know they say you at your sexual peak at past 40,
Mhm.
and I think mine's overturned like 5 times. You know what I mean? So that's gonna have to be number one. I'm gonna have to move that to the
Exactly.
top of the list.
I think my fives just turned down.
Oh, just the
Just
pilot.
turned down. The
Yeah.
pilot. Just the
Yeah,
pilot.
just as
pilot,
well.
yeah.
I wish somebody take me out the inferno. You know how? Ooh, like they just stuck me in a furnace. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I look at TV, I be like, really? Really? Do we have to be eating, you know what I'm saying? Strawberries without no shirt on, really? So, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so we go, Miss Connie, thank you so much. And please promise that you'll come back.
Yes,
I'll
the
be
part
glad.
two.
Yes, we're gonna do a part 2.
Yeah.
We are going
I
to do
want
a part
to,
2.
yeah.
You know this
I
was
love
good when
to
you
do
got
it.
my sister over there crying, right?
Yeah.
And so we so grateful for you being here as interviewing for co-host Camille, and so we had a ball. This was wonderful, and
Yes,
so
it was, girlfriend.
I mean,
Yeah.
join us again. Miss Connie gonna come back. We're gonna do a part 2 of this because it's so much we can't get it in one show.
Okay.
All right, and so
And
thank
it's
you.
so much needed for us.
Right.
So desperate.
Right. All right. So thank you for
Thank
joining us,
Thank you for
Girlfriends
having me.
Hour. Hit us up at and comment on what you heard at Girlfriends Hour Radio Show on Facebook, and tweet us at Girlfriends Hour. And if you want to share something on Instagram, we are at Girlfriends Hour. And so I love you all and thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the show. And we're gonna do a part 2. And deuces, we're out.
All right.